What up, YouTube? Alright, in today's video, we're gonna be talking about the app or application Obsidian and how I use it to stay productive and how I use the app personally, what features I use on the app, and if it's even worth it. Not too long ago, I actually had one of my homies reach out to me and he was like, hey, do you use an app called Obsidian? And I was like, I've never heard of it. I asked him, I was like, what do you use it for? And he said he uses it to take notes and stuff like that. And I was all like, well, I could just write down notes and, you know, I don't really need an app for note taking. Anyways, fast forward, I've been using Obsidian now for about 2 weeks, and I could say that it's definitely worth it, at least in my opinion, but also I'm gonna give you guys reasons to why I think it's worth it later into this video, obviously. And before getting into the video, I would just like to say, shout out to you guys. I see my subscriber count go up by like 5 since the last time I posted. I know I haven't posted for a while, but I really appreciate you guys if you guys join my YouTube channel and you know, join me on my journey. And also I'm handing out free gems. I'm giving you guys knowledge, so it's a win-win, really. All right, without further ado, let's get into this video. All right, so first thing to start off with is, you know, to know why I use Obsidian and the things I use on Obsidian, you guys have to know what Obsidian is. So I'm gonna pull this up on the screen right here, and according to Obsidian, it says that Obsidian is the second brain for you forever. So that's a pretty bold claim from Obsidian, and there is some truth to that, I would say, because, you know, as basically Obsidian is a note-taking an application. So when you use Obsidian, you can, you know, take notes, and it really is kind of a second brain because you don't have to worry about memorizing all this stuff and worry about you know, flipping through pages, which I'm gonna get into later into the video. But yeah, I mean, I agree with the claim, even though it's a bold claim, but you know, there's some truth to it. So Obsidian for me and for a lot of people is used for either school, work, or just, you know, organizing anything, information in general, or sharing information. So personally, I use Obsidian for note-taking, and so Obsidian for me and for the majority of people is a note-taking app. There's more benefits to Obsidian. Like I said, there's note sharing, there's cool themes on there, like community plugins and downloads that you can add to your Obsidian, which also add like a different dynamic to the Obsidian app. And honestly, Obsidian covers a lot of needs that a lot of other note-taking apps and obviously your notebook can't do, because you're limited to how much you can actually draw with pen or pencil and how much ink you have or how much lead you have. So overall, I would say Obsidian is better than taking notes. Before I get into how I use Obsidian though, one thing I would recommend though is that you guys get like an iPad or like something to like write something down, because that's what I'm gonna get soon, because writing with a pencil, or sorry, writing with a mouse is just, it's a lot of work, and I feel like I'm getting like carpal tunnels on my hand, because bro, I literally be drawing and writing pictures or taking notes all day with a mouse, and that's not the most efficient way to do it, from what I learned. So all right, so now that we understand what Obsidian is and what it can be used for, I want to share with you guys what I personally use Obsidian for. All right, so reason number one, Obsidian is extremely convenient for me, in the sense that I don't have to search through pages for my answers. Like, the whole reason of Obsidian for me is just to not having to write down notes with a notebook, and I can search those notes on Obsidian simply by just looking it up in the taskbar, or going to my categories or folders or files that I have specifically named for the notes that I've taken. So this makes it a lot more convenient than actually taking notes on a notebook, because obviously when you take notes on a notebook, you have to flip through every single page, you have to read every single line to find where you want the information, or the information that you want to find, compared to Obsidian where you can just search it up and it's there instantly. My next point is Obsidian, for me, why I use Obsidian is because Obsidian is more organized. So this kind of goes into my last point of like convenience, but basically since Obsidian is so organized that it just makes things a lot easier. Like, you can organize Obsidian better than where you can write or organize a notebook. So like with a notebook, you know, you have to, let's say page 50 is where you have your notes, and page, I don't know, you got 50 pages to look for. So it's kind of not, it's not really organized in the sense that you can just, you know, search where you want to find something. You kind of have to just, you know, flip through all those pages. So Obsidian is a lot more organized. And I think Obsidian, I mean, I haven't used any other note-taking, I mean, other than Obsidian, but I mean, I've heard of other, some other ones, but I would say Obsidian is probably the easiest to use. And it's a lot more, it's a lot easier to organize also. Another cool feature of Obsidian to help organize is you're actually able to connect documents into your file and link them. So you know exactly which file you link that document to, which goes into like another level of the organization that Obsidian provides. So I'm gonna throw a video on the screen right there of me actually linking a document and how that document is actually connected to my other document or in my vault or the main folder in Obsidian. All right, so now that we understand the benefits of Obsidian, I kind of want to talk about how I personally use Obsidian. So the first big thing I use on Obsidian is this tool, this community plugin, as they call it, called I think it's Elixir Draw, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if I said that right, but Elixir Draw, basically it's a drawing plugin where you can draw pictures, draw anything actually. You can import PDF drawings, you can import different like files or whatever, honestly. And you can actually link that drawing or that file into your actual document. I'm gonna show you guys real quick on the screen right here. So the first thing you want to do is obviously you want to look up Elixir Draw and find the drawing, and name your drawing. Once you're done drawing, it's pretty simple to actually paste it into your note document. All you do is do Control P. I'm on Windows, so it's gonna be different. I know Mac is different than Windows, but you just click Control P. You paste in the drawing, and you know, next thing you know, the drawing and your notes are on the same page, and it just makes that a lot more simpler and easier and time efficient compared to you having to actually draw out the tables or draw out whatever diagram on paper. Speaking of tables, that brings us to the next thing I use. This plugin called, community plugin called Advanced Tables. It's basically just allows you to use tables on Obsidian and organizes them a lot easier. I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna throw up an example on the screen right there of a table I made using advanced table plugins. And yeah, if you want to use a table, that plugin makes it a lot easier, and that's also what I use on Obsidian. All right, so that's kind of my 2-week rundown of Obsidian, what I use it for, what it benefits me, and yeah. So overall, would I recommend Obsidian? I would recommend Obsidian, but like I said, here's one thing that you need to have with Obsidian that no one talks about. All right, you need to have something called file syncing. Well, this basically allows you to sync multiple vaults together. So for example, if I want to type, let's say I'm taking notes on my PC and I gotta go to school with my laptop. Well, those folders aren't gonna be on my laptop, obviously, because those files aren't synced. So unfortunately with Obsidian, you do have to pay money to sync your files, which I highly recommend. Obsidian is not worth it if you guys don't sync your files together. It's just not. So just go ahead and sync your files together. If you guys are gonna use Obsidian, you have to pay the fee. I'm not sure off the top of my head, I think it's like $100 a year or something like that. So yeah, basically if you sync your files, you can take your vault, it's called a remote vault actually. And basically you take that remote vault and you can sync it, and you can transfer all those files in that vault or in that folder really to whatever other Obsidian account that you're using. Say, you know, sync it to my PC, to my laptop, or if you want to share some notes with your friends, you can go ahead and either download the notes, or you can just, or if you guys want to work on notes together, you can just go ahead and throw those notes in, give them the login, and then you guys could, you know, work on notes together, and it just makes things like that a lot easier. So with that being said, is Obsidian worth it? In my opinion, yes. Downside is, like I said, you do have to pay for the syncing, which is honestly necessary. But overall, I would say that Obsidian is worth it, and to me, it made me a lot more productive. Honestly, my grades have been going, through the roof while using Obsidian. All right, y'all, that's gonna wrap up the video for today. If you guys like videos like this, go ahead and drop a like. Feel free to drop a comment down below. I'll answer any questions you guys have about Obsidian, or if you're looking to get a membership with Obsidian. And I appreciate those 5 subscribers that I gained in the last month. Also, I appreciate you guys if you've already subscribed. It means a lot to me. That's gonna wrap up this video. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Out.